The day closed with a breathtaking spectacle as the sun dipped low behind the familiar Quahog skyline, casting a surreal golden glow over every rooftop and street. The colors of the fading light danced slowly across the modest homes, imbuing the town with an air of promise and a hint of mischief. In one such household, the Griffin residence, an unusual calm preceded the impending chaos that was about to unfold. The interior of the house, with its slightly worn furniture and clutter that spoke of a life lived impulsively, was bathed in the gentle, warm light streaming through the windows. There, Peter Griffin lounged lazily on a well-worn couch, a freshly cashed lottery check clutched tightly in his hands. His eyes shimmered with an unmistakable gleam of excitement and reckless certainty, as though he already envisioned the transformed life that the windfall would usher in. Outside, the day's last light created long shadows that stretched across the quiet streets of Quahog, underscoring the dichotomy between the town's serene veneer and the unpredictable adventures simmering beneath. The narrator observed that while the sunset promised moments of peaceful reflection, it also set the scene for a day poised to be filled with ironic twists and humorous mishaps. Every ray of sunlight seemed to encapsulate hopes as wild and unrestrained as Peter's daring optimism, a sentiment countered only by Lois's ever-present cautious pragmatism. Her skeptical gaze, as she considered the implications of their sudden fortune, contrasted sharply with Peter's unabashed delight. The interplay of these opposing attitudes created an electric atmosphere within the home, a delicate balance between dreams of a better life and the ever-looming possibility of disaster. The quiet majesty of the sunset mixed seamlessly with the inherent chaos of the Griffins' lives. The lottery check, seemingly a symbol of new beginnings and undesirable risks, lay as a tangible marker of both hope and folly on the coffee table. Within this serene yet chaotic setting, every ordinary object, a faded cushion, a well-used remote, and even the simple household light, held the promise of a story waiting to burst into life. Away from the confines of the Griffin household, the urban pulse of Quahog throbbed at the Drunken Clam, a familiar haunt for its most notorious characters. The narrator transported the audience into the smoky, dimly lit interior of the bar, where Glenn Quagmire and Joe Swanson were immersed in their own brand of quirky camaraderie. In this lively setting, Joe, dressed in an unusual tuxedo, a stark deviation from his typical attire, wore an expression of both mischief and contemplation. The narrator described with gentle amusement how Quagmire, known for his offhand charm and accidental comedy, navigated the situation with a blend of nonchalance and subtle humor. His mind wandered back to peculiar, recent events, a shark-related mishap that had left him with a trail of imaginary tomato sauce and a wry smile, as he processed the comical absurdity of his comrade's dilemma. Outside, a rare sight seized the attention of the assembled regulars. A mysteriously parked party bus emblazoned with the number 87. The narrator observed how the unexpected arrival of this vehicle set off a flurry of speculative excitement among the patrons. Peter's wide-eyed musings about the bus, imagining it as a vessel carrying NFL stars or a rambunctious group of mischievous fourth graders, encapsulated the essence of Quahog's unique blend of irreverence and excitement. In the heart of the Griffin home, the quiet hum of creativity and mischief resonated from a secluded corner where Stewie was immersed in his experimental pursuits. The narrator described this realm as a blend of scientific innovation and boundless ambition, a space where the ordinary laws of nature were gently nudged aside to make room for the impossible. Stewie, ever the enfant terrible of his household, had set about crafting a device intended to swap voices between bodies. The narrative painted a vivid picture of the unfolding spectacle as Brian, uncharacteristically involved in the shenanigans, found himself caught up in the whirlwind of technological experimentation. In a twist as unexpected as it was absurd, the machine activated and reconfigured the familiar voices in a perplexing manner. The reporter-like commentary detailed how Brian's baritone tone began emerging from the small, determined frame of Stewie, while Stewie's articulate, British-accented inflections filled the space that once belonged to Brian. In a twist that epitomized the unpredictable universe of Quahog, Peter's relentless pursuit of excitement led him down the unlikeliest of career paths. The The narrator recounted how a combination of lottery-fueled bravado and a series of fortuitous events positioned Peter as the new principal of James Woods High. It was an appointment that defied conventional wisdom and further highlighted the inherent absurdity of the town's fabric, where every opportunity carried an unmistakable scent of chaos. The narrator detailed how this unexpected career move unfolded in a setting reminiscent of a surreal high school play where the boundaries between fantasy and reality blurred with each passing moment. Within the corridors of the school, the presence of Peter's newfound authority was marked by his unparalleled eccentricity. His attempts to rally the cheerleaders into impromptu chants revealed a character far removed from traditional leadership, as his uninhibited enthusiasm met with a mixture of confusion and reluctant amusement from the students. As twilight deepened into a murky evening, another layer of Quahog's peculiar daily narrative began to unfold. The narrator recounted how whispers of scandal started circulating throughout town as news emerged of Fiona Shepherd's mysterious disappearance. This subplot, laced with intrigue and a hint of foreboding, intertwined unexpectedly with the garland of everyday absurdities. Fiona Shepherd, known only through her connection to the former principal John Shepherd, became the center of a swirling mystery that evoked memories of past misfortunes, including eerie incidents and inexplicable tragedies within the community. In the midst of unraveling mysteries, another domestic drama simmered quietly at the Griffin house. The narrator described how Lois's frustrations reached a boiling point as she confronted the glaring discrepancies in her family's financial arrangements. A conversation with Peter's employer, marked by the stark reality of an unequal salary structure, underscored a deeper narrative about fairness and responsibility within their household. This confrontation, rife with quiet indignation, only added to the multifaceted drama enveloping the day. In the soft glow of twilight, the narrator reflected on the day's wild journey, a day marked by lottery-fueled gambles, misplaced ambitions, technological mishaps, and mysterious disappearances. Every episode, from the hilarity at the Drunken Clam to Peter's short-lived stint at James Woods High, wove together a tapestry of quirk and resilience that was quintessentially Quahog.